Hi everybody, I'm going to walk you through how to use the quadratic formula to solve anytime you have an x squared equation. So the first step is you need one of the sides to become 0. So I would always move the side that has less things. So I'm pointing at this 2. It's the only side, it's the side that only has one thing on it. So to move this 2 to the other side of the equal sign, I'm going to write a minus 2 underneath of it to zero it out, and a minus 2 on this side. Your new equation is now x squared plus 4x minus 2, and then those two items, 2 minus 2, there's the equal 0. So the first step is to make sure that the equation is equal to 0. When you move things, if you have to combine, they have to combine. Like if they have 2x squareds, they have to put those together. If they have 2x's, they have to put those together, and so on and so forth. The next step is to identify a, which is 1, b, which is 4, and c, which is negative 2. A is 1 because there's a 1 hiding in front of the x squared. The next thing we have to do is opposite. They have this whole long formula. It is, I don't know where to put it. I'll put it up here. The whole long formula is opposite b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And they have this in a previous day's notes from yesterday. So if they're looking for that formula, they just have to flip back to yesterday's notes. Now we're going to fill that formula in. So opposite b is negative 4. We always write plus and minus, a big square root sign, and we put b squared inside of parentheses. So that would be 4 squared. And then it's always a minus and a 4. And I'm going to extend this. Beside that 4, it's always the value of a, so in this case 1, and then the value of c, so in this case negative 2. And it's one big fraction over 2 times the value of a, which in this case is 1. The next thing the students have to do, I'm going to find a highlighter, is they have to put this information in a calculator without the square root. And they can do it in their head, but I would encourage them to check on a calculator. So it's negative 4. Plus or minus, that would end up being 16, and that'd be a positive 8. So positive 24 they would get inside of here in their calculator. And then you do 2 times 1, which is just 2. So each step kind of flows into the other. The next thing they need to do is put the square root of 24 in their calculator. So this time they're actually going to use the square root sign. And you can do this even on a normal, even iPhone calculator or a Droid calculator. So you're just going to change the square root of 24 into a decimal. So you're going to keep your negative 4, the plus and the minus, and then the square root of 24 in a calculator will give you we're going to do 899 one way around, 4.899. So just change that square root into a decimal value, and this is over 2, just like it was in the previous step. Now we have to separate this into its 2 separate answers. So we'll do negative 4. Here's where that plus and that minus was coming in. We have to do negative 4 plus 4.899 divided by 2. And space it out down here, negative 4 minus 4.899 over 2. Grab your calculator again. Add the numerators. And there's nothing wrong with using a calculator if they need it. So they would do negative 4 plus 4.899, and they get 0.899. And we're going to divide that by 2. Final answer, we do 2 digits, so 0.45. So after we divide by 2, we get 0.45. Again, all of this can be done using a basic iPhone or Droid calculator. The next thing we do is we subtract our answer, so negative 4 minus 4.899. We get negative 8.899 divided by 2. And we're going to do 2 decimals for our final answer, so negative 4.45. Okay, so that was negative 8.899 divided by 2. And after I divided by 2, I ended up getting negative 4.45. And those are the 2 values of x, if they want to write x equals and x equals, that would make this original equation true. I can go as far as to show you real quick. Now, since we rounded, our answers are just going to be a little bit off. But if we were to do, let's just test our 0.45 answer to show you how that would be true. If we were to do 0.45 squared instead of x squared plus 4 times 0.45, we would end up getting something really, really close to 2. And since we rounded, that's why we're a little bit off. And that would be the same thing as if you plugged in the negative 4.45. You would get another answer really close to 2. So I hope that was helpful. Have a great day.